In the far west of Nepal, in this village, a neighborhood is preparing for a ceremony. According to Hindu rituals, this offering of food and milk is done on the 13th day after the passing away of a relative. 20-year-old Chitu died after giving birth to her first child. Leaving behind her 22-year-old husband and their baby girl.
I don't know how I'm going to manage things. She's very small and I'm still in shock, but I'll raise my daughter at any cost. I haven't decided if I should go back to school or start working. This should never have happened.
Ganesh and his sister believe lack of timely and adequate medical care led to her death. She died within hours after giving birth at a health center in a nearby village.
Less than 2 hours after giving birth, we were asked to go home, so we left. But soon we had to bring her back because she started bleeding. They were very careless. They should have kept her under observation for at least 24 hours. Then I'm sure she would have survived.
Unfortunately, it's not an isolated case. Every day, at least 3 mothers die in Nepal while giving birth. It's one of the highest maternal mortality rates outside sub-Saharan Africa. Almost 80% of Nepalis live in remote mountainous areas where the nearest hospital could be many hours or even days away. To bridge the gap, the government has opened hundreds of local health posts, like this one that started 4 years ago. They do, however, have their limitations. The ultrasound machine here doesn't always work. But the most crucial factor, doctors and nurses rarely visit. So volunteers like Pamela, who don't have any formal medical training or diploma, take care of the patients.
We have an ultrasound machine, but we don't have a doctor to properly analyze the images. Without any doctors, we have to take care of everything, and it's a lot of responsibility, which is a really tough job. We're trying our best, but if we had enough trained staff, things would be different.
She's well aware that the center is not adequately equipped to give critical care. But for 7 months pregnant Sita, it's a relief to have this facility. It's her 3rd pregnancy, but her first under medical attention. 40% of pregnant women in Nepal do not receive any prenatal care.
You've lost weight. Eat properly or else you'll have problems during delivery. You'll lose a lot of blood and you're already anemic. They are not gaining weight during pregnancy due to the lack of food. It is the biggest challenge here. They are at a high risk of hemorrhaging.
Postpartum hemorrhage is the leading cause of maternal deaths in the country. It's often triggered by malnutrition and iron deficiency. In this district, 8 out of 10 women give birth unattended. But Sita wants to deliver her baby under the care of these volunteers. She believes even this kind of basic medical care would have saved her first child, whom she gave birth to 15 years ago.
I don't have to face the same situation again. I'm assured now that there is a health center where volunteers can help me deliver my baby healthy. I know a lot of women have died also. I get chills when I think about that. But we don't have money to go to the hospital.
Here, the joy of becoming parents is overshadowed by the fear of losing one's life while giving birth. So this couple decided it would be their last child.
Whether it's a boy or a girl, it will be the last one. We're still traumatized. There are risks, of course.
In this district of Bajura, the risk of women dying during pregnancy or childbirth is 40% higher than in France. To improve the situation, the government launched an ambitious plan. Army helicopters have been assigned to rescue pregnant women from isolated areas. Priority is given to the rescue operation over other missions. Every morning, Major Khadka checks the aircraft with his technicians to ensure a fast response in an emergency.
Generally, in this base, we take off at around 15 minutes.
These pilots train regularly as flying in the Himalayan terrain could be dangerous. They have to be careful of the high altitude, changing weather, and lack of space to land. Handling it all, these pilots are proud to carry out these high-risk missions.
In a week, we save around 2 to 3 pregnant women's life. 3 weeks back, I went to a rescue in women. She was crying throughout the flight, but as soon as she landed and when she was going to the ambulance, she said, thank you, with a smiling face. This is what makes us proud, actually.
So far, over 200 mothers have been rescued. In recent years, the government has launched many policies to ensure safe childbirth. But unless there are enough resources and skilled medical staff, the women will continue to be at risk.